very important thing we need to do now. Inventory management. Especially... Hey, wait a minute. And a little bit of quest stuff, maybe. Look at all of those side missions. But it also looks as if we have found some of those collectibles. Seems less than usual. President, signal tracking, Sultan, family armor, lost freighter, hostage, missing survey team. Nah, okay, nothing of that sort. Okay, so there's still a lot more valuable minerals to be mined. Maybe I was driving past of those. Oh wait, there's also stuff on the for the main mission areas, right? So there's still much more to find. So Turian insignia, half of those explored. That's also halfway there. Then Asari is also halfway there, and Prothean's also halfway there. So everything is halfway there, pretty much. Which is good, because I am somewhat halfway through it. I only have like side missions open up. The one who can buy and sell things is a bit further away. The slowest elevator on the Normandy. Wait, wrong direction.
Looking for supplies?
Kind of.
Let's see what you've got. You bet, Commander.
Alright, I did save beforehand, so I can still not get the high tier items like that one. I can only buy one of those, if any. So the only way to get those things would be to find them. Oh, actually I'm getting very close. A sniper, assault and shotty. The assault rifle is actually the cheapest one. Oh no, the cheapest one is the pistol. I would be able to get this one very easily, but I don't know how it is and if it's better or whatever. I would just be better off finding it as level 7 one. I don't really need the human ones for this at all. They're just nice to have, but not really necessary. So then what else? Heavy armor, medium armor, sniper rifles. I got a level 5 one. This is level 6 one. We actually are getting there, but what else we got? Lower level ones. Let's go for the whole selling part. How much is it? Energized with no. 6,000 for incendiary. Unity M. Okay, kind of interesting. 9. Yeah, of course. Blue wires, Larison. I mean, they're kind of nice to have, right? Would be a waste to throw these out. Sell all junk. What's considered to be junk, though? Oh! You can mark them in the trash. Oh, so you can pre-sell those. That's actually quite nice. So no matter what, you can get rid of some low-level ones. Yeah, look at all of those level ones here. I can get rid of these. But you don't really get that many credits. Look at this. 30 compared to 200,000. Basically nothing. For this to really hit it home, you would be better off selling the high-level weapons. Everything past 4. Even 4 might be a bit low. What about... Still not it? Still not it? Still not it? Level 4. Grenades. Level 5s. No, not yet. No. That's the... Okay, before it was like 2,000, now it's 4,000. Now it's 5,000. 6,000. We're getting there. Okay, we're getting there. Alright, level 6 is 10,000. This is actually somewhat more important. But, how much Omni stuff do I have? I have 45 Omni Gel things. What can you actually do with Omni Gel? How much Omni Gel do you need? You need only enough for you to repair the Marco every time. If I, let's say, click on that Lancer and Omni Gel, how much do I get? Convert this item into Omni Gel. No. If I click this on trash, I click on Omni Gel, convert all trash, it's gone. And I had like, so every item only gives you like 4 Omni Gel. So this Lancer should also give me 4 Omni Gel, right? Yeah. So no matter the level of it, I don't need to sell it. The low level ones I can turn into Omni Gel, and the high level ones I should sell or keep, depending on the situation. So the best way would be to just get all of the lower level ones away. Everything like, yeah, everything free and lower basically. There we go. Same thing for the shorties. There you go. So, is it still marked? Yes, it is. Very interesting. So I can just do this once then. So, pistols. We got some Caslers, some Edges, some Strikers. Right. And this one. Nothing. Yeah, that's a weird one. It's rare. That's why we are not going to dispose of it. Armor, on the other hand. I mean, I do have an awful lot of different armor, right? Question is it worth anything? Let's just convert all of the junk. That's weird. Let's try this again. 200 and whatever. And all of the junk is gone. Also the stuff that you do not see. The thing is, you can't do this. Somewhere in here. Weirdly enough. Selling light armor. How many credits would you actually get from selling?
Let's see what you've got. You bet, Commander.
Light armor upgrades. Upgrades are very expensive. No, ammo upgrades, not armor upgrades. Weapon. Heavy armor human duelist 5. Okay, 6,000. Same thing. Kind of no matter what it is, everything level 5 is 6,000. Almost. Depending on what kind of rarity factor it is. And some that are worth a bit more though. Weirdly. The bullet thing though. That's the weird thing about it. What am I gonna do with this? The upgrades. What do I do with the weapon mods? I mean, I don't need the lower level thingies. I have like higher level ones for it. Don't I? Radioactive for cooldown. Do I have anything else that has the same effect? Yeah, radioactive free basically. Okay, so it... What? Do I have another... Do I have another one? No. I got polonium, but I don't have any other radioactive stuff. That reduces... Where is it? No, I don't. Okay. Interesting. These things are special. I don't have other versions of that. So I can get rid of 1 and 2. Okay, I can get rid of 1 and 2. Anti-personal, and more basic stuff. Alright, let's send this into Omni Gel. What about the mods? They're somewhat the same all over the time. But heat stuff. Heat's also somewhat special. High caliber, damage rate of fire. Combat scanner? No. I don't need that many combat sensors, to be honest. Like, who needs that many combat sensors? I only need one, and one only. And the rest just can be sold, pretty much. Huh, but I don't have that many upgrades. Weird. But now my inventory should be somewhat cleaned up. Alright. Let's see. Can I actually talk to them right now?
What do you want, Shepard?
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Uh-huh. So, yes, a lie?
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
So you say that they should all stay in the system, but you are leaving. Why?
Why not stay and help your people?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave.
What happened?
I was betrayed. I was head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after the war, but the other tribes were against us. They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Turians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight Turians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
And about what?
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up, to stop his ranting. I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things had changed. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough. I told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding, at least for one generation. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes started coming around.
What about him?
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No, he didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes. A meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. The skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from, and where we all go. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
You went?
It sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well, there are some laws that even we hold sacred.
Oh boy. A family situation.
Jared was your father?
He was, until that day. We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead. The few that were loyal to me died quickly. I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I left, and that's why I'll never go back.
Oh. Some family stuff now. Perfect.
You must have family other than your father. Don't you miss them?
No. Now that I have my family's armor again, there's nothing left for me.
Was it really that important? Okay, I think the other stuff we already
Are
got.
your people really dying?
We're sure not
Getting any
Lots of
stronger.
species.
Yeah.
So we leave. Hire ourselves out.
So long, Wrex.
Shepard.
Alright. Oh, look at this. Another codex for us to read.
Commander?
And how are you doing?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner.
Alright.
No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish
We came as soon as we got the distress
you
call.
did the best you could. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
We never
Our
trained.
training, I'll make sure it doesn't happen.
We'll talk later.
Looking forward to
Okay,
it,
so
sir.
if you ask them about the last mission, basically means the last main mission.
Commander, good to see you.
Right.
You've been with CSEC a while. Have you
Well,
seen
not
my
as
dad?
much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
Oh, so there really is more stuff now. Okay, good. Kinda skipped through this. Sorry about that. Anyway, anything specific?
I'll bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
Okay. How so?
What happened? Why were you investigating them?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
Is that common?
You've seen this before on the Citadel?
Every so often, some lab sells unwanted parts through the black market, but they're not as bad as the psychos. I remember this one L-Corps diplomat we caught in my first year on the job. He was hacking people up and selling their organs. Had the station in a bit of a panic. But this case wasn't that clear-cut. Turns out there was more going on than we first realized.
So wait a minute. L-Cores. What did you find?
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Solarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set. Somebody's making a killing out there.
Oh boy, there's an awful lot of armor. Okay, what about the doctor?
What did you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
Interviewing. That's what you call it.
You mean threaten? Was that really necessary?
Maybe, maybe not. Either way, it paid off. One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes. Walking, living test tubes.
Interesting. And how does that work?
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off. Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
Interesting. I just hope he shared some of the profits with him. Did you interview?
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
What?
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
In a way, this is exactly how the mummy quest in Baldur's Gate 3 works. Mystic Carrier. There were also organs inside other people. In this case, undead, but same thing, same thing. Okay, but anyway, they just let him go.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSEC headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. You just used them to make more organs. But they wouldn't listen.
Okay. If the hostages would stay alive, then this is of course another matter, but growing organs doesn't really seem like that big of a deal. Maybe even something good. A little weird, yes, but have to make them work somewhat. Anyway, I agree with them. I see. Idiots. Okay. We just see, yeah. Agreeing with them, weird.
Well, you can't get them all.
No, but letting him get away like that. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
You're wrong. Tough choice, yes.
I suppose I can see both sides. But what's done is done.
I suppose. Can't waste too much time worrying about it now. Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salion?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart, his idea of a joke, I guess. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to check it out.
Ooh, give it to me.
I'll check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that. But Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Salion, I want to be there when you find him.
Perfect. Another side mission obtained. So, let's see. Let's talk to Tali.
Something I can do for you, Commander.
Not yet.
Carry on,
Aye,
Adam.
aye, Commander.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Oh, that doesn't sound too good.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me, especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth, it feels like we're not even moving. And the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
Wait. So it's too quiet to sleep now?
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down. I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard. But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
So there are crowds in that ship. Okay, everyone bunched close together. Also an interesting way to generate heat to not freeze to death. You're homesick. Maybe that's the point. But yeah, you're definitely homesick.
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have until it's gone.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them. But maybe they just wanted a different life.
But you're going back, right? It's more like, yeah, just go, please.
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually. But we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
I should go.
See you later.
So, can I talk to her again?
Hey, Shepard.
No.
You need something?
I should go.
See you later.
Alright, so we got that done. No, there's only, who else is missing? No, wait a minute. There's Caden. And I still haven't gotten Liara yet, so... I'm doing side missions and side missions and side missions, and Liara isn't there at all. Alright, so Caden. I think there's no response here, is there?
Anything you need, Commander?
Alright.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander.
We'll talk another time.
Okay, no changes there. But he's always sweating, looking at those panels. That's weird. But okay. It would be nice to get all the way to the top with this elevator. Cannot. Come on. There. Why are there doors here? Are they here to mess with you, or are they there as a loading interception? Weird. So, we got ourselves a main side mission for Garrus with Dr. Salian. This dude is track him down, head to the coordinates in the Herschel system, Kepler Verge. The question is just, where is it? Let's just look at the map real quick, and then we know exactly where we have to go. So Trevin is done. Antaeus is also done, which means Hades Gamma is also done. There's just one more side mission, that's the Voyager cluster over there. And then they said something about Attica, Horse Nebula, Exodus cluster, Artemis, Serpent Nebula. Kepler Verge, Hawking. Okay, where is that signal supposed to be? Wait a minute. Garrus gave the coordinates of Dr. Salian's last known whereabouts. Head to the Herschel system in the Kepler Verge. Herschel in Kepler. Herschel in Kepler. Herschel Kepler. Herschel Kepler. Kepler. Alright, that's the one. Alright, looks like we are... Where do we go from here? I mean, this was the previous episode, right? So it would be better for us to just go there right now. That's Newton and Herschel. Is that even a new area, or did I already explore all of those? I think I was in Newton before, but was I in Herschel? Maybe Herschel is new. Whatever. Let's just not do this right now. Let's just write it down. And end this episode right now. Alrighty, there's still a few more codex entries to read up. Let's see. Something on the council races. The biology of the Turians. The Turian homeworld, Palaven, has a metal-poor core, generating a weak magnetic field and allowing more solar radiation into the atmosphere. To deal with this, most forms of life on Palaven evolved some form of metallic exoskeleton to protect themselves. Their reflective plate-like skin makes Turians less susceptible to long-term, low-level radiation exposure, but they do not possess any sort of natural armor. The Turians' thick skin does not stop projectiles and directed energy bolts. Although life on Palaven is carbon-based and oxygen-breathing, it is built on dextro amino acids. This places the Turians in a distinct minority on the galactic stage. The Quarians are the only other known sapient dextroprotein race. The food of humans, Asari or Solarians, who evolved in levo-amino acid-based biospheres, will at best pass through Turian systems without providing any nutrition. At worst, it will trigger an allergic reaction that can be fatal if not immediately treated. Okay, so everyone else basically gets the same stuff. Although like built on dextro, which is some kind of sugar, amino acids, and then there's a dextroprotein. Wait. Dextro. What are the humans made out of, by the way? Like, there's DNA, right? Huh. Desoxynucleic acid. So desoxy, isn't this the same thing? I mean, we also are using some kind of sugar thing. Although life on Palaven is carbon-based and oxygen-breathing, it is built on dextro amino acids. What's the difference between a dextro amino acid and a normal amino, like DNA thing? Distinct minority on the galactic stage, the Quarians are the only other known sapient dextroprotein race. Food of humans, Asari or Solarians, who evolved in levo amino acid-based biospheres. Is it levo or it's ayevo? Amino. Will at best pass through Turians. Okay. Was it a... Okay, let me just check this out. I want to know what this is. A dextro amino acid. What is a dextro amino acid? Dextro amino acid. Strano, throbono, malo, difference gene. Hoi. Dextro. Dextro amino acid. D amino acid. Does anyone have an example of dextro amino acid versus alivo? Yeah, someone actually asked that question. Nice. Food scientists, the massive experiment, real life? No. We don't have any example of a dextro amino food because life on Earth uses alivo amino acids to form proteins. What is the one and what's the other? Here's Carol T in a nutshell. Okay, so one turns to the right and the other one turns to the left, basically. It's like a glove. It just doesn't work. Or it just models together. Molecules based on carbon atoms can have up to 4 atoms. You notice that you can actually arrange those 4 in any direction. Yada yada. If you're arranged one way, it's arbitrarily named Aivo or left-handed molecule. Ah, right. If it's arranged the other way, it's dextro, right-handed. Ah. Okay, very interesting. A huge deal in biochemistry. Enzymes are built to attach to specific molecules, geometries, and if they don't match the molecule, they don't work. So imagine, if you will, an enzyme that is designed to break a protein down into its constituent amino acids so they can be reused to build bodily proteins. This protease is shaped to grab onto L amino acids and ignores everything else. When confronted by D amino acid, so left one or right one, why isn't not R amino acid but D? It's weird. It quite simply won't grab on, which means the protein doesn't get digested and is quite useless to the organism. Out of the major food molecules, protein and carbohydrates exhibit chirality. Fats do in triglyceride, but not free fatty acid form. Minor food molecules such as volatile flavor compounds and vitamins vary based on the particular molecules. Interestingly, ethanol is non-chiral, so Tali's need for Turian brandy is a curious case, and is either a case of writers not being biochemists or the possibility that Quarians and Turians do not have ethanol dehydrogenase, an enzyme to break down ethanol, and instead rely on some other forms of alcohol for intoxication. Interesting. Just further for non-protein example, D-tagatose is a sugar that, being dextrochiral, isn't digestible. However, it still fits within the sweetener receptors on the tongue, and so it is being explored as a potential non-caloric sweetener. That's actually an interesting one. Interesting. So, Aievo and the right one. Very interesting. An L amino acid and a D amino acid. It's basically a left-handed or a right-handed thing. Interesting. So, Aievo and the right one. Very interesting. An L amino acid and a D amino acid. It's basically a left-handed or a right-handed thing. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So, let's not down non-council races. The Krogan culture. The harsh Krogan homeworlds conditioned the Krogan psychology for toughness, just as it did the body. Krogan have always had a tendency to be selfish, unsympathetic and blunt. They respect strength and self-reliance and are neither surprised nor offended by treachery. The weak and selfless do not live long. In their culture, looking out for number one is simply a matter of course. After their defeat in the rebellions, the very concept of Krogan leadership was discredited, where a warlord could once command enough power to bring entire solar systems to heel and become overlord. These days, it is rare for a single leader to have more than 1,000 warriors swear allegiance to him. Most Krogan trust and serve no one but themselves. This solitary attitude stems in part from a deep sense of fatalism and futility, a profound social effect of the genophage that caused Krogan numbers to dwindle to a relatively handful. Not only are they angry that the entire galaxy seems out to get them, the Krogan are also generally pessimistic about their race's chance of survival. Surviving Krogan see no point to building for the future. There will be no future. The Krogan live with an attitude of kill, pillage, and be selfish, for tomorrow we die. Kinda sad in a way, right? Compared to all the other races. They got completely broken by the fact that they cannot propagate. There actually is some other kind of story about that. Like some Celtic stuff. Like there are the humans, and then there are like, actually there are 3 races, I think. Yeah, one are the humans, then there are some fairy folk, and then there are some third ones, but I don't know which one was. But anyway, so this fairy folk, they actually live. They basically have some kind of infinite life, right? But they see the humans as the eternal, as eternal beings, because they can actually live on as another being, basically the children, right? So in this case, having a child basically makes you immortal, in a way. The process of human becomes immortal by that nature, right? That thing propagates through time, but the being itself is not. Though, if you are an immortal being that cannot have children, right, then your numbers are basically limited, and one day you will all be dead. And this is a very interesting concept. Just because you're immortal doesn't make you immortal. Anything that propagates is, by that definition, somewhat immortal. It's like a ship of Theseus, by the way, right? Like a human also changes the cells constantly, but making another human is basically the same thing. Let's say like one ship collides with another, and all of a sudden you have an additional ship. It's kind of a weird concept if you think about it, but kind of like that. So you have an immortal ships going around propagating and popping and making more ships. It's weird. Anyway, let's end this episode. As I said before, like and subscribe, and ta-ta!